outdoor wedding, and it snowed like
Ooh.
wild the day before.
Alspaugh Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I'm Kelley, and I'm serving today as service associate and a member of the choir, so you're going to see me running back and forth. And Matt Alspaugh, our minister, will be sharing our message. We're so glad that you're here, whether you've come seeking connection, inspiration, or simply a moment of peace. May you find within this gathering a sense of belonging, and may your spirit be nourished by whatever you discover here.
Before we begin, I just want to say a word of thanks to this group of people here to my right. They are now known as the LCUUF singers, and they got together yesterday. We called them a pickup choir. And they gathered on Saturday to learn some music. Well, they knew it already, mostly. And so I'm very grateful that they were here and ready to rehearse, and we're looking forward to sharing our work with you this morning.
Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all sorrow with the poor. There's a song that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music light and gay, there are frail forms fainting at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more. 'Tis a sigh that is wafted across the troubled wave, is a wail that is heard upon the shore. Tis the song, the sigh of the weary. Hard times come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times come again no more.
We just got to get Mary back here more often. We're working on it. Okay, our opening words this morning. As we enter into this community in a new year, we bid farewell to the hurts and disappointments of the old. Let us bid welcome to new hopes and new dreams. Let us see everything with new eyes. Let us hold possibilities in our hands and let us find new depths of caring in our hearts. May we meet the eyes of others with new curiosity as we revive old friendships with new love. May we rejoice with those who come anew to be with us as we find new meaning in old words and new resonance in old songs. Let us begin as if for the very first time. Let us begin anew. I want to take a moment to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who is visiting us, whether you're visiting us for the first time or have returned or reconnected after a long absence. As we pass the mic, do we have someone to pass the mic? As we pass the mic, I invite you to say your name and tell us where you're from, briefly. If you're on Zoom, please introduce yourself in the chat box, and it will be read aloud in the fellowship. And we'll start with the people here in the fellowship. Do we have any visitors?
Hi, my name is Peter. I'm from the Toronto area, more specifically Collingwood, Ontario.
Do you know Linda Jensen? One of our Snowbird members is from Collingwood.
Yes.
Linda Jensen.
Hello, my name is Eileen, and I'm also from Toronto, actually just outside Toronto, called Vaughan.
Do we have any visitors on Zoom, Kate?
No, we have no visitors on Zoom today.
Okay, all right, great. So welcome to everyone, visitors, new and old, and members and friends, and everyone who's sitting here and on Zoom. If you are new and you would like to receive our newsletter, please talk, and other emails, please talk to a member of our welcome team, or write to us at info@lcuuf.org. Would the members of the welcome team please stand up? Whoa, you guys keep growing. Thank you. And we have a special announcement. How many of you have already got your plans to come to the taco party January 1st? Okay. If your hand is not up and you would still like to come, the tickets are available. It's really not tickets. You just give your name to Barley. Where's Barley? Barley's over there. It's 200 pesos for a really delicious, they make it right out in the garden. So if you haven't got your name on the list and you want to come, you need to let Barley know today. Okay? Thanks, Barley. Okay. So here at LCUUF, each week offers something unique. Reflections from Matt, our minister, as well as insights from members, some of you have done that, and guest speakers. We warmly invite you to return and journey with us through this ever-changing, unfolding landscape of thought, spirit, and belief. Our chalice lighting words, he's a man of many talents. Our chalice lighting words today are by Lois Van Leer. Let us read these together. They'll be on the slide. We light this chalice on the brink of a new year, letting go of what has been, open and hopeful for what may come, renewed, restored, ready to live life fully and new. May we move forward with intention. Now, having lit our chalice, let us sing these words together. Fill this life in celebration for the life that we share. Okay, because Matt sometimes likes to get us thinking in a different way, we're going to do something a little different right now. We're going to honor the fact that we are a community gathered here, a community made up of individual people who we honor and value. I invite you to rise as you are willing and able, and this includes the choir, and greet those people around you. Just a brief hello, glad you're here, good to see you, whatever. We're going to take about a minute, and I'll ring the chime to bring you back. But just rise as you're willing and able, and greet your neighbors. Was that fun? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so each week we come together to lament with, celebrate with, and care for one another in this amazing community. Love is not only at the center of our UU values, it's the opening that invites us to lament, to share our personal joys and sorrows, and our milestones, because there's power in the sharing as we hold each other here in community. Just a sentence or two is enough, and we're going to start again with the folks in the room, and we'll give people on Zoom time to put their sorrows and joys in the chat. So as the mic is passed, please share your sorrows, whatever's in need of our healing thoughts and prayers, and or your joys, whatever you may be celebrating, whatever evokes within you that feeling of joy, peace, or gladness. So we'll start in the room. Are there any joys or sorrows or milestones?
Hi, I'm Carol, and I would like to wish my darling husband a happy birthday.
Ready, choir? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Richard. Happy birthday to you.
This, unfortunately, is what happens when you have a choir.
Good job.
My name is Teresa, and John and I are thrilled to have Eileen and her husband Dennis come and stay with us again. It's really a pleasure to be with them.
TD's got one.
We have two more birthdays on the same day, which was yesterday. Flo, yesterday was it? 26th. Flo and Larry. And Gary.
Flo said that Larry's older.
Happy birthday, you guys.
I just want to say how grateful I am for this fellowship and for the friends I've made and the experiences I've had, and I wish you all a wonderful New Year.
Thank you. Any others? Oh.
So 1 year ago, Priscilla and I received phone calls about my daughter who was in the hospital and was dying of flagrant, intense liver failure because she was an alcoholic. And we talked with her last night. She's been sober for 9 to 10 months. She looks better than I've seen her look in decades.
And I have a joy. I have a joy that for 2 weeks in a row we've had a choir, and it will continue anytime Mary's visiting with us. So if any of you would like to join, we have more seats available. So it's really fun. So that's my joy.
We need women.
Yeah, yes, I have to tell you, yesterday it was the men's choir with Devora, because Catherine wasn't here yet. So are there any sorrows or joys on Zoom?
Yes, we do. From Mike Blanco, greetings, everyone. And from Dan, so glad to be visiting the service as Mary and John Doane are dear, dear friends. And from Mike Blanco again, so glad to have you with us on Zoom. One more from Linda. 2 of my friends are very ill. Please keep them in your thoughts. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Kate. So we light this care candle as a flame of remembrance and love to illuminate the joys and the sorrows shared among us this afternoon, and also those that are resting gently in the sacred quiet of our hearts. Let's share a moment of silence. Blessed be. As we know, the work of our fellowship within these walls and beyond, and you've heard this a lot lately, takes our time, our talents, and our treasure. We pass the baskets during our worship service to make a community expression of thanks for the blessing of abundance, to visibly bring in this harvest at this most cherished hour of our week. Our offering says that the act of giving is essential to our spiritual well-being as anything else that we do Sunday mornings. Sunday afternoons, Matt, we need to change that. As we pass the baskets, if you're new here today or you're struggling to hold things together, please let the basket pass you by. Your presence is more than enough and is a gift to us. And please note that we give the money collected at the service to one of 6 organizations Lakeside. For December, we'll be donating the basket to Tepewa Centro Comunitario. This organization serves one of the poorest barrios in Chapala, providing meals, medical and dental assistance, job training, among other things. And there will be more information on the screen. Kate, go back. Today's offering has now been given and received in the spirit of grateful fellowship. With gratitude, we receive these gifts and dedicate them to the work of this congregation, our shared vision, and the values of our faith. Thank you. And I had to chuckle, Mary, because she's playing Gather the Spirit as we're gathering the money. I don't know if you did that on purpose. Okay, so now I'd like to invite Ted Fay up to give a little testimonial.
Good afternoon. So first, I hate money. I mean, truly, I'm tired of doing this. So I had hoped that today I would simply say, we received lots of pledges and we're ready for the coming year. But that's not what happened. Actually, to my great surprise, during December, very few pledges came in, and it's actually an issue. Last year, at the end of December, we had, out of 67 households, we had 63 pledges by the end of December. We now, amazingly, have grown to 86 households, but we only have 33 pledges. Last year, we had pledges by the end of December of over 900,000 pesos, which turned out to be about 84% of the 1.1 million that was ultimately pledged. This year, we only have pledges of 589,000 so far. So this slide simply illustrates that we're behind in the number of pledges. So on the right is the number of pledges out of the total expectation. In the middle is the number of dollars out of the total expectation, and on the left is the number of pesos out of the total expectation. So, end of slide. So what do I think? Well, it's been a busy season. It hasn't been on the front burner for tons of reasons. some political, some probably because we didn't really do what we should have done in terms of announcing. It's easy to forget. I've actually had some people come up, and one person came up today to say, "Did I pledge? How much did I pledge?" Right? More importantly, when I look at the lists of those yet to pledge, many of whom have pledged for years, and I scan over the list of new members, I suspect it's not really a problem. I see light at the end of this tunnel. I'm not really worried, I'm just a bit. But here's why it's important. The Mexican government gives us a hard deadline. That's important to understand. In spite of the fact that we are trying to move to a financial process of abundance, the reality is that we have a deadline. We have to pass a budget at the annual general meeting on January 18th, and the board has to approve it first. So my deadline for creating the budget is January 7th. I can't do that without knowing our likely income. And so to this end, last night, I sent out a letter to all those who haven't pledged, just as a reminder to get her done. And I have one other point, and I really mean this. Whether you feel that you are in a position to give financially or not, it's important to return the forms so that we can plan. I have several pledge forms in my files on which folks have written that for this year they can't contribute. That's okay. Know that whether you donate or not, we're blessed with your presence. I sent each person who sends in a pledge form a heartfelt note of thanks, whether they pledge money or not. All are valued and welcome in this space. So there are pledge forms and envelopes on the table near the door, and those who haven't pledged have gotten them, and you can always talk to me or to any member of the board. Thank you.
And now we get to sing. Our first song is Come, Come, Whoever You Are, which I think is familiar to all of us. But this morning, we're going to sing it as a round with 3 entrances. First of all, let me just say that we're going to sing it all together one time. And then we're going to bring in our first entrance, will be this side of the room, and Devora will lead you. Our second entrance, Ted will lead.
Looking at you.
Yeah. And our third entrance will be with our singers. And we'll sing it twice through as a round. So a total of 3, once all together, twice as a round, and then we'll let it just trail off. Of course, our choir will sing it, will be your third entrance, so you'll hear them last. Here we go.
You all were fabulous.
Who said we can't do rounds? Okay, so this poem is by the feminist poet Adrienne Rich, and it was written in 1962, and the message continues to resonate. Either you will go through this door, or you will not. If you go through, there's always the risk of remembering your name. Things look at you doubly, and you must look back and let them happen. If you do not go through, it's possible to live worthily, to maintain your attitudes, to hold your position, to die bravely. But much will bind you, much will evade you. At what cost? Who knows? The door itself makes no promises. It is only a door.
Are we doing great trees? Great trees.
Slowly, slowly they return to the small woodland let alone. Great trees are spreading up and right, apostles of the living light.
Patient as stars they build in air, tier after tier, a timbered choir,
Stout beams upholding weightless grace, a song of blessing on this place. They stand in waiting all around, uprisings of their native ground, now dawnings of the distant light. They are the advent they await. Receiving sun and giving shade, their life's a benefaction made, and is a benediction sent for o'er the living and the dead. In the fold their bright and leaves release,
fly down the wind, and we are pleased to walk on radiance's amaze. Oh, light, come down to earth, be praised.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate, go back just a bit. So this is Blackwater Woods by Mary Oliver. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light, are giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this. The fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go.
Good afternoon. When Liz and I lived in Berkeley, now some 20 years ago, one night we were awakened to the sound of an explosion and the neighbors screaming to his adult son to get up. We looked outside and there were smoke and leaves, burning leaves falling all around us. Now, wildfire is a significant concern in the Berkeley Hills. Neighbors were gathering things and putting them in cars, and we immediately did the same thing. Our dog Kelley, her essentials, a few items from our earthquake kit, and we were ready to go. We backed the car out of the garage and soon realized that this was not the big one. but simply that a neighbor's house a half a block away was burning. That explosion, it was their propane tank. As the firemen were getting the fire under control, we went down to watch and met a whole bunch of our neighbors. We compared notes with others. What had they packed in their cars? Photo albums, said one. The family silverware, said another. We said, our notebook computers. What are you willing to let go of? We were ready to lose our possessions, even photographs, but not the continuity of work and life and connections with others that our computers provided. What in this life are you ready to let go of? Material things, feelings, connections, habits? We'll take a look at some of these today. This is the last service of the year, so it's a good time to think about letting go. Not just letting go of the year, and I know many of us want to, but also let's look at other things to let go of. So first, let's talk about this year. What can we let go of? At my men's group meeting last week, one man reminded me of a concept popularized by Stephen Covey of the 7 habits of highly effective people, although this general idea goes all the way back to the Stoics. And this idea is called the circle of control, and it's quite simple. In the center of the circle of control are the things that we actually have control over, things that we can do, our behavior. This is the circle of control. The next circle, the next larger circle, are things that we can influence. Things like, to some degree, how people around us behave, our neighborhood, our social media engagement, voting. This is the circle of influence. And the next circle contains things that we're concerned about, but which we have little influence over. This is the action of others, national politics and international affairs, how our investments are doing, some health conditions too. These are all in the circle of concern. All of these may concern us a lot, upset us, aggravate us, make us worry, but we have virtually no control over them. And in thinking about this, when this guy mentioned this, I realized my quandary. As a minister, I'm often a sounding board for people. And people often tell me about all the horrible things in their circle of concern, as if I can do anything about them. The horrible things that Trump has done just this week, the horrible trends in climate change, the horrible state of the economy. And for some people, this is just venting. And they know it, and I know it, and they know I know it. But for some, they really expect that I might be able to do something about these things. That I might actually be able to take something from their circle of concern and put it into my circle of control. And I just want to say, in a rather loud voice, just let it go. Let it go. You can't do anything about it, so let it go. But I don't. I don't interrupt. I try to listen, but not for long. Sometimes I end up giving advice, whether I should or not, but it's usually something like this. Focus on your area of control and influence. So, can you vote or call your representatives, for example? Can you work with others, join with others who have some collective influence on the thing you're concerned about? But usually people don't want to hear this kind of stuff. So in the end, I let it go. Because I want to model what I really want them to do, which is just let it go. So there's an ancient Buddhist tale of 2 monks. A senior monk and a junior monk are traveling together, and at one point they come to a river with a pretty strong current. And as the monks are preparing to cross the river, they see a very young and beautiful woman also attempting to cross. And the young woman asks if they could help her. So the senior monk carries this woman on his shoulder, fords the river, and lets her down on the other bank. The junior monk is very upset, but he says nothing. And they're both walking, and the senior monk noticed that his junior was suddenly silent. And so he inquires, "Is something the matter? You seem very upset." And the junior monk replies, "As monks, we are not permitted to touch a woman. How could you then carry that woman on your shoulders?" And the senior monk replied, "I left that woman a long time ago at the bank. However, you seem to be carrying her still." So on one level, this story is about rationality and common sense, eclipsing blind adherence to rules or laws. And on a deeper level, this is also about not ruminating over our past actions and choices. The senior monk made the best decision he could within the moment, and he accepted that. In the best Zen example, when he set the woman down on the bank, he not only let go of her, but he also let go of his own feelings about the matter. That Adrienne Rich poem that we heard earlier reminds us of our locus of control. She begins with, "Either you will go through this door or you will not go through." And she ends with, "The door itself makes no promises. It's only a door." So the choice to go through or not is ours to make. Going through may involve letting go of comfort and conventionality and entering a world of risk and possibility. I see in this poem the choice to move forward toward personal or spiritual transformation, which inevitably involves letting go of old forms. So letting go can create space for something new. The British writer and theologian C.S. Lewis tells us, and I quote, "It may be hard for an egg to turn into a bird. It would be a jolly sight harder for it to learn to fly while remaining an egg. We are like eggs at present. And you cannot go on indefinitely being just an ordinary decent egg. We must be hatched or go bad." End of quote. So sometimes our letting go creates new possibilities for us. We give up the egg and obtain our wings. And on a different level, we become more mature and wiser, perhaps. Often, though, it feels like letting go is just letting go. An example of the transformative power of letting go is the process of forgiveness. Now, we oftentimes think that forgiveness is something we do on behalf of another, but it is in fact something we do mostly for ourselves. I recall a patient in the mental health program at the hospital I used to work at who talked with me of forgiveness. She wanted to deal with the anger she had at her father, who had beat her as a child. We talked about whether her father had ever apologized for the abuse, and no, he hadn't, nor did she expect that he would. We talked about whether he continued that kind of behavior today, and no, he was very old, weak, with failing mind and body. We talked about why this may have happened, what may have driven this abuse, and she suspected that he too had been treated badly as a child. She decided to write a letter to him expressing her anger over the childhood abuse. She described her sadness of living a more narrow life as a result, and her awareness that she had had to do so much work to overcome her anger at other people around her. She did not mail this letter, but it helped her to move to the next phase. She was able over time to remind herself of the nature of her father's life, to explore forgiveness for herself, and eventually to forgive her father. Now, she never told him that she forgave him, but she did not need to. Her forgiveness helped her free herself of the anger and hatred she had carried for nearly her entire life. Now, however we choose to label them, we all have coping mechanisms habits, addictions, obsessions, or compulsions that our best selves recognize aren't really serving us, and we may want to release them, to put them aside. Many of us are acutely aware of these at this time of year as we make or decline to make New Year's resolutions. We know that resolutions to change habits can be very hard to keep. I remember when my parents quit smoking. I was maybe 8 or 9, I'm not sure, and my mother decided to quit cold turkey. We had been whining a lot as kids about not liking to be in the car with them on long trips because the smoke bothered our breathing. And news was beginning to come out about the dangers of smoking, and my mother, a nurse, understood that well. So she acted. A couple weeks later, my dad quit, and neither ever smoked again. And I don't know how hard it was for them to physically, or how much they craved cigarettes after that. I mean, as a kid, I didn't think to ask those questions. I do know that they were luckier than many. I mean, other family members tried to quit many times and were never successful. So I kind of think of the continuum of substance abuse as a matter of degree. Physical addiction is more difficult, perhaps, to let go of than psychological addiction, which itself may be more difficult than habitual use. But I believe that quitting is a spiritual journey as well as a physical one. Folks in Alcoholics Anonymous talk of the dry drunk, a person who has gotten control of their physical addiction to alcohol, but who has not processed the psychological or spiritual aspects of their addiction. And so in a way, they are still addicted. The point is, letting go of addiction is oftentimes fundamentally a transformative or spiritual act. And one final kind of letting go, often a most difficult letting go, is when we must acknowledge a loved one is dying, and there is nothing we can do to change or control that. We can only control how we react, and I often saw this in my own hospital experience. A hospital care conference with the wife of a man dying of cancer. 2 physicians, a nurse, and a social worker talked to the wife. She wants aggressive treatment, and there is none left. And I'm asked to stay with her afterwards, to be with her alone. And only then does she find small, silent tears over the coming loss. I have nothing to offer her but my presence. She asks for, and I offer no comforting theories of God. We talk of what will come, and that is enough. The great poet Mary Oliver reminds us in her poem, In Blackwater Woods, to live in this world, you must be able to do 3 things. To love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing that your own life depends on it, and when the time comes, to let it go, to let it go. It is the intensity of our loving that makes this kind of letting go so hard. Some people would see this kind of letting go as a betrayal, a sign that we didn't love enough. But I think Oliver has it right. Sometimes the loveliest thing we can do is to let go. It is that letting go that reminds us about how precious life and love is. We must remember that letting go is a choice we make, even though it's not an easy choice in many cases. Sometimes the choice of letting go is the only thing we can control. Letting go, in a way, is controlling the time and place of loss. And in a world where it seems like so much is beyond our control, letting go offers at least some small sense that we do have choices. Simply having the choice of letting go is part of what makes us alive. Oliver tells us that the other side of loss is salvation. That is to say, what saves us, what makes us human. The The emptiness we create when we do let go becomes space for new life and new possibility. May we have the wisdom to choose wisely about what we may let go so that we have the room to create anew. Blessed be. So we are going to celebrate a ritual now of letting go. And this is the burning bowl. This is a ritual that's done in some circles at the turn of the year to release past events of that year and make space for new possibilities for the new year. But we'll enlarge the meaning of this ritual using the bowl to let go of not just this last year, but any aspects of our lives that no longer serve us. By doing this, we'll also make ritual space to begin to open to new possibilities and new hopes for our lives and the world around us. Some of us may want to focus on just the last year and the year to come, and others may want to consider larger stretches of our lives. Either way, this ritual is for you. So, we'll have a brief, quiet time of meditating, pondering on what we need to let go of. And during that quiet time, we'll pass out writing instruments and slips of paper. Now, the paper is a special kind of paper for the burning bowl. And on the paper, write down those feelings, items, events, things that you want to release, to let go of. Now, no one will be asked to share these, so you can write anything. It will soon be completely consumed in the flames. And you at home, you might want to go get a slip of paper and a pen or a pencil and follow along. And at the end of the meditation, which will be about 5 minutes, we'll invite you to come up to the bowl and release those things that need to go into the flame and up into the universe. And will the ushers please pass out papers and pens now? And so we'll have our 5-minute, our brief meditation time now. Entering into a time of reflection on what each of us might want to release. What we're going to do now is invite you to come up, and Devorah will kind of traffic direct on this, and we'll come around this table here, and you'll have an opportunity to put this piece of paper that you have with those things that you're letting go of into the flame, and it'll burn up like that. Now, if you're like not too comfortable holding, we do have barbecue tongs, and you can handle it that way too. And then if you're like a wild woman, you can throw it in the air behind you, and we'll see if it. Go for it. I'm not flammable. So whatever fun you want to have. Devorah will invite you to come up row by row, come around this side, and then back around to the outside, I think. And Mary will offer just a little bit of music for us to listen and relax. And you folks at home, feel free to do the same thing, with your barbecue pit or whatever, your stove. So let me see if there was anything that I missed on the, yeah. And I'll also stay up here if you need any assistance. And so we have, with this flame, released things that no longer serve us. We have let them go up, up into the universe to all that is. We have made space for new things, for transformations of the spirit that will certainly help us live in joy, experience wonder, and find gratitude and service to those around us and to the earth. May it be so. Our closing hymn is For All That Is Our Life. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing. And we kind of failed to pick up the pencils and pens, so if you want to just leave them on your chair when you leave, that'll make it real easy for us to gather them for next year. So may we choose well, for life beckons. May we finally let go in a moment, in a flash, in the fiery yellow heat of close-held love. Goodbye, goodbye. Gone, gone, all very gone. Blessing.
So I'm just going to stay here. Let's extinguish our chalice, Matt, with these words which we read together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we keep in our hearts and share with all the world. Should I just say it?
And now our singers are going to offer the Gaelic blessing as our postlude, and we're going to sing it through once, and then you'll see the words posted, and we invite you to sing along.
Sky and sea, fill your heart with laughter.
So our worship is over, but, okay, just want to make sure that you've learned that. So go in peace, as the song said, and with a purpose. Blessed be.